everyone. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Amy and I'm your MC for this luncheon. Today, June 25th, 2016, marks the 66th year since the Korea War began. To say thanks to the Canadian government, and most importantly, the war veterans, the Korea Times and the Diversity Times has been holding annual lunches in their honor. We would like to thank you all for coming today. And next, Michael Zvoka, a veteran, will say a few words as a representative of the war veterans.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Michael Zvoka. I'm 84 years old. I served in the 2nd Battalion, Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry in the Korean War, and I'm one of 3 Capion battle veterans left. Ron Shepard, Doug Jones, and I are the only 3 that are left. At one time in the Korea Veterans Association, we had about 350 members. These are all people who served in Korea. They're all gone except for about 50 of us, and I'm one of them. So that's what's happening. So these dinners we really appreciate because we are declining, and in a few years I'm afraid there will not be very many of us left. Wangyong Hamida. What did I say? Welcome. So June 25th, that's today, 2016, marks the 66th anniversary of the beginning of the Korean War. And as most of you know, or all of you know, on June 25th, 1950, the North Koreans invaded South Korea. They had T-34 tanks from the Russians and all kinds of equipment. The Koreans were overwhelmed, and that's when the United Nations stepped in and decided they were going to save South Korea. And that hostility continues. Over the years, a lot of South Korean soldiers, for example, lost their lives fighting skirmishes with North Koreans who were still very hostile. The first thing that I want to mention in particular today is to thank Won Jae-song, publisher of the Diversity Korea Times, and his wife Olivia, the managing editor. While I'm on the diversity, I'm going to take a little bit more time. Olivia and Wanji know absolutely nothing about this, and I don't care, I'm going to do it anyway. I subscribe to this. It's a magnificent publication. I'm not exaggerating. It's $60 a year, but what I like about it now is Diversity Times, they include a lot of ethnic groups, not just Korea Times. The last part is in the Korean language. First part is all in English. There are a lot of outstanding articles. I get a lot of magazines and newspapers, and I really enjoy reading this. And earlier in the evening, I left each of you a sheet of paper like this, and it tells you about the Diversity Times. It's got Olivia and Won Jae's card there. So don't do anything now, but eventually, I do hope that many of you will take the time to subscribe to this publication. I think you will enjoy reading it. And I sent this out in particular so that you'll be able to, I'm going to leave a very personal note. I'm grateful to Won Jae and Olivia for promoting my novel, Manifest Destiny. And I hate promoting myself, I'm going to do it anyway. This is my novel, and I'm leaving this copy for the Deer Lodge Center, for the veterans of the Deer Lodge Center. So I don't exactly know who's going to take charge of it, but I'm going to leave it. And thank you again, Won Jae and Olivia, and to everyone in attendance today. Thank you for coming out. We really appreciate it.
Good afternoon, friends, friends of veterans, my political colleagues. Thank you, Won Jae, always taking care of me. We were making kites together yesterday. It was Korean Kite Day yesterday. But anyway, it's wonderful to be with you. I'm a little nervous this afternoon. I should tell you why. 2 reasons. One, I didn't know I was going to be speaking to you. But number 2, my mother is sitting right there, so she'll be minding my P's and Q's. And of course, she's married to a Korean War veteran, Len Montfort, who served our country very, very well, very ably, and has some great stories that I'm not sure if you're on the agenda again today, Len, but the last time we gathered, he had some absolutely fascinating tales from the front, literally. He was in the Navy and didn't experience what some of the folks on the ground did, but had some very unique experiences indeed. But really, I'm just here to pay honor and say thanks to our vets for your service to our country, for fighting for freedom, and particularly for fighting for freedom for the Korean people. I think we've seen what's happened in that part of the world, the North, destitute, poverty, dictatorship, not doing well at all, a dictator starving his people. And in the South, well, you just see the Hyundais all driving around, where that part of the world is doing very, very well. And we're very fortunate here in Winnipeg to be attracting a number of members of the Korean community, hard-working people who are contributing mightily to the arts, to our university community, and particularly to business. They are natural small business people who again work so hard and are making a better life for themselves and their family. But we have other speakers, my good friend John Gerard and new MLA John Reyes, who we're working with closely to make this a better community. I just want to end by thanking Juan J, Olivia, and the Korean community for remembering what you have done for them in your fight for freedom and to make this world a better place for all of us and for our children.
Thanks to Juan J and to Olivia for doing a lot of the organizing and making sure that this event happened. It's an honor for me to be here. Korea has a very special place in the hearts of many Canadians. The Korean War did not, in how we remember things and in the Canadian history books, has often not had as much attention as the First and the Second World Wars. But it was a very important war and very important for the future of Korea and the future of the world. I think that what has happened since then in South Korea has shown what can happen when people come forward and participate and make sure that a country is not overrun. It is sad about the north part of Korea, but it is wonderful what has happened and what has flourished in the south part of Korea. I had the opportunity to visit Korea when I was a federal member of parliament and the Minister of Science, and it was amazing to see the science, the technology, first in the world in education, first in the world in terms of the internet. I was reading this morning about how Obama is now, instead of using a BlackBerry, he's using a Samsung device. And, we don't want you taking over everything from us, but we think that Korea has a wonderful place and that it's really important to continue the partnership that Canada and Korea have got, and to recognize all the wonderful things that have happened when we build on that partnership, both of us benefiting in major ways. So thank you to the veterans for really helping make that happen. Thank you to Wanje and Olivia and all those originally from Korea who are now here for making sure we keep this in our memory every year. Thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Bonjour. My name is Sean Reyes. I'm the MLA for St. Norbert. I'm also the Special Envoy for Military Affairs for our province of Manitoba. When I was appointed that title, I was very proud. Proud because no matter how many ceremonies you attend, whether they're veterans or going to cadet ceremonies or ceremonies of our active serving personnel, camaraderie. The veterans here can relate. You go to these events and you instantly bond with your fellow veterans. I served for 10 years. I served in the Army Reserves. I served in Germany and went to Holland and France. And there, Basically, I guess when I was in Germany, I had no chance but to speak in French because I was surrounded by a Van-Du's unit, so I had no choice but to think and speak en français in French. I was very happy. When I returned back to Canada, I joined the regular force. I joined the Navy. Now, don't hold that against me because I know a lot of you are going to say sorry to hear that. But Terry can attest, my member of Parliament, Terry can attest, that the most beautiful woman in the world said, out of all the uniforms, the Navy uniform is the most sexiest. So that's why she married a Navy member. But we're here because of you. And when I was in the Navy, I traveled the world, and part of the world I traveled to was Busan, Korea. And that's where you really appreciate where you come from, and you really appreciate all the service personnel where they've served, including the Korean veterans, War of 3 years. I'm always fascinated what happens in North Korea because officially both countries are still at war. And we always have to remain vigilant of what's happening in the world, and especially in Korea. Very appreciative of what you have done by serving between 1950 and 1953. And my job as Special Envoy for Military Affairs is to liaise and represent the military community, our active personnel, our veterans, and our cadets. And I'm very happy and proud to be here with you today. And I can't wait to go from table to table and share stories, your stories. And again, I thank Wang Jie and Olivia and the Korean community of Manitoba for holding these type of events so that we can remember. Thank you again for your service.
3 war veterans who will be receiving their Ambassador for Peace Medal from the Korean government today. Please come up when we call your name. Mr. Bob Tuck. Mr. Wayne Bates. Mr. George Thomas Stewart.
Oh, I'm doing very well. Okay.
Lastly, I would just like to thank my parents. I know you're sick and tired of hearing the names of Andre and Olivia, but they do dedicate tireless hours to this cause. And I'm sorry to all the veterans who keep on seeing me, including all the politicians who I'm always up here, kind of incompetent. But thank you for always coming. And as a member of the younger generation, it is really, really important to me that they don't teach just arithmetic and 1 + 1 and like this novelist wrote this book, but about my culture and my history and how as a zero generation, but also an immigrant, can take away a lot from what you have done for us, and how I have learned so much from what you have done. And thank you to all the family members who support your veterans and drag them to events like this. And I know it's a little nepotistic for my parents to make me the MC, but thank you for having me. Thank you to all the other volunteers, Korean and not. We have a videographer, Jeff, who's filming stuff for us today, and I'm sure he's doing a great job. So thank you all for coming. Enjoy the food, and please converse and talk to us too. Thank you so much.
Love telling you about these letters. So my husband and I promoted the Korean community to have a more interest about the Korean War and Korean War veterans. So we asked some churches, Korean churches, especially children, because we believe that they need to learn about Korean history, okay? So, and we asked them how you can show your express gratitude to Korea War veterans. So they wrote letters. So I will introduce a few letters here, and then I will transfer these letters to Korea War veterans here today. Okay. Okay. Hi, my name is Julie. My favorite color is orange. I go to Emmanuel Korean Church in Winnipeg, Canada. Thank you for saving us till this day. You didn't have to save us, but you did. I will pray for you. Thank you. Another letter. Thank you for going to work. We appreciate. We love you. Thank you, Hannah. Another letter. 안녕하세요. Hi, my name is Jessica from Emmanuel Church, and thank you for everything you did for Korea to be in peace. Never give up. Thank you, Jessica, for giving us fighting, peace. Thank you. And then he drew a picture here. So the picture shows this like there is a Korean flag in a land, and there are 3 soldiers who have a gun to fight another communist soldier. Thank you, and enjoy your food, and then help yourself. Thank you.